I'm sorry. I didn't even notice you there. I was too busy sweeping the card last week at UFC Vegas 109. We hit every single bet last week. And we are looking to repeat success for UFC 319. How we doing, everybody? My name is Young Pasty, the whitest to do it. And today, I'm here to bring you all of my official bets for UFC 319, okay? I got 6 bangers coming your way. And then everyone's favorite section, the parlay section. I got tons of parlays for you guys too. So let me put this broom away. My best bud for the week. Hopefully we can bring that broom out here for next week. But what I am going to bring out are the handmade crochet boxing gloves. We bring them out for every profitable week, and I'm going to pull the results up here right now for UFC Vegas 109. You see it, 5 out of the 5 bets hit, plus 5.3622 units for last week. Let's go. That's a super great week. Just to recap all the bets, my favorite one that hit was bet number 4, actually. When Edwards got that KO over Cachoeira, man, I was flipping out. It was just clean. It was perfect. The way that she just stumbled and fell down, it was nice. So, and we hit a plus money bet. So, bet number 1, that was dicey. Okay. Urseg and Walker, those 2 legs, had me on skates for a little bit, but Fluffy took care of business easy. Bet number 2, Hernandez Matsumoto. Hits pretty easily. Matsumoto, split decision, 3-pick parlay of the week hits, Smith, Edwards, and then the over 1.5 in the Fili versus Rodriguez, and Andre Fili, plus 3.5 on the point spread comes through for us too. So, great week. 5 out of the 5 bets hit. We got to bring out the boxing gloves, and let's roll that good momentum into this week here for UFC 319. I got 6 official bets for you guys, and I'm pretty confident in all of them, okay? So let's get to it. We sort these in confidence, okay? So bet number 1 is always my most confident play of the week, and then it moves on down from there. So, again, let's get to it. Bet number 1, my most confident play for UFC 319. We have a little 2-pick parlay. Bryan Battle, Chase Hooper. Plus 110. We are putting 2 units on it. I am getting plus money for 2 of my most confident fighters to win on the card. Give it to me, man. 2 units. First, Bryan Battle. This is a guy who, I just continued to back in the past, and he keeps coming through for me. In my honest opinion, I think he's fighting down in competition versus Ruziboev. He's just coming off a win versus Randy Brown, right? I think Randy Brown beats Ruziboev. Randy Brown's a veteran in the UFC. Now, I know Ruziboev has tons of fighting experience, but it's not UFC fighting experience. And that's something that you need to make sure that you're thinking about, right? Oh, Ruziboev got over 30 wins. Yeah, but they're all within a very short time span. First round finishes over some kind of bums in the regional scenes. You know what I mean? So, Bryan Battle, good with the wrestling, good with the striking. He cracks hard. Dude, he cracks hard. He's a weight bully. Good on the fence. We saw how Ruziboev got taken down and handled by Buckley. Battle might come in with that same game plan and wrestle fuck him. You never know. So, but I think he's just better overall. Yeah, the finishing ability of Ruziboev is there. Could it happen? Anything can happen in the UFC. But I'm confident in my boy Bryan Battle. He should take this. Then Chase Hooper, the second leg. This dude has been improving massively from fight to fight to fight. And granted, yes, I know they're going up against some older guys, right? And this is a good step up in competition here versus journeyman, gatekeeper in Hernandez. Now, Hooper's striking is underrated. I think he's going to utilize that more as he continues to get more fights, and he will need to. Long and tall for the division, which I like. He's got that daddy strength now, coming off of having a baby. Ground game is impeccable. Jiu-jitsu is nice. If he gets this to the mat, watch out, Hernandez. Might be able to sub you up. If he gets a finish, I think it's in the second round. But ultimately, I do think Hooper takes it to decision versus Hernandez and gets another good win on the resume, and hopefully gets another step up in competition from there. But I'm confident in both these fighters to win. Bryan Battle, Chase Hooper, plus 110, 2 units. That is bet number 1 for the week and my most confident bet of the week. So let's go. Moving on to bet number 2. We got an underdog. Lerone Murphy, plus 140. We are putting 1.5 units on it. people, or I guess not just people, the odds makers are sleeping on Lerone Murphy. I think actually a lot more people are picking Lerone Murphy versus Aaron Pico, but it's just like we've seen this story too many times. I've seen this song and dance before, right? Bellator debut in the UFC, go up against a real tough opponent, ranked opponent, title contender here in this case, right? And they lose, they fall short because UFC over Bellator. And I'm just going to do 3 names, right? 3 names that we've seen this year that have all failed from Bellator. Pitbull, Patchy Mix, and Musayev. All 3 of these guys. And like, it's just, I am going to not go against what's actually been happening, right? Their UFC debut over a title contender, right? I mean, gosh, Kai Asakura too. Now he's not from UFC, he's not from Bellator, but you know what I'm saying? They give him some tough opponents coming over from different organizations, and Lerone Murphy's dang good. Now he's a decision machine, but he'll get it again here. He has good movement, good volume, good control. Like overall, he's a minute winner, right? Not really looking for the finish per se, but he has good wins. He has 5-round experience. He has good cardio. Pico has finishing upside. He's tough. We're gonna see him have a couple of moments, I assume. But Lerone Murphy on the scorecards makes the most sense to me. UFC experience over Bellator. I'm going to back him, and especially as an underdog too. Enough said. Plus 140 for Lerone Murphy, 1.5 units. That is bet number 2. Let's go. Moving on to bet number 3. And guys, hey, if you are new around here, or if you have not, please click that subscribe button. I am here and proud to say we have hit my little mini goal of 300 subscribers, so thank you for getting me there. The next goal is 400, right? So we are on the road to 400 subscribers now. So if you could, again, please click that subscribe button, throw a like on the video, comment. Support goes a long way, and we've kind of been making some money around here. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, bet number 3, the 3-pick parlay of the week. We find 3 good legs. We put them all together to get a good number. And this week, the 3-pick parlay of the week is looking pretty solid, okay? Leg number 1 and leg number 2. We need both of these fights to start round 2. Barboza versus Klose and Cannonier versus MVP. And then the last leg, Carlos Prates money line. Minus 115. We are putting 1.75 units on it. Let's go over each leg. First leg, Barboza versus Klose. To start round 2. I mean, these guys are old vets. They're durable. They're tough. We've seen Barboza going 5 rounds. I don't see Barboza KOing or clipping Klose in the first round. Yeah, you'd be like, oh, well, he just got knocked out by Joel Alvarez. Like, Joel Alvarez is a different breed, okay? Barboza and Joel Alvarez, different finishing abilities. Massively, right? So I don't see him getting clipped by Barboza. And then I don't see him Klose clipping Barboza. Barboza's tough. And again, we see him go 5 rounds here in his last 2 fights. So, I mean, gosh, he should at least go to the second round in this fight here. Next, Cannonier versus MVP. We've seen it before. MVP just dances around the octagon, moves around with his creative, elusive striking and movement. He's really hard to hit. And Cannonier, he's going to have a tough time finding the mark. It's really hard for me to see this not going the distance. God, and I don't see a first-round finish from either of these guys. I mean, Cannonier maybe. He definitely has the more power. But it's like, how is he going to hit MVP? We have the huge octagon, too. So, not really a benefit for Cannonier. So, this fight is going to at least hit round 2. And then lastly, Carlos Prates money line to take us home. He's one of the elite fighting nerds. And yes, I know he's coming off a loss to Ian Gary where he showed some flaws, messed up, had a bad 5th round, could have won it. But he's coming back here. He's getting redemption. Super long, super tall. Really good distance management. Good distance strikes. Good kicks. Great Muay Thai. Good knees. Again, I think he gets redemption. And he passes the Geoff Neal test, right? Geoff Neal is no easy out. Okay, this guy is hard to take out. Okay, he's a veteran. And he's been losing to some pretty tough guys. Ian Gary, who Prates lost to. Shavkat Rakhmonov. Shavkat. So needless to say, like Geoff Neal, and he's going to decision with these guys, right? Geoff Neal is no easy out, right? You got to pass the Geoff Neal test to show you are, worthy of the rankings, right? And I like Geoff Neal. He's tough. got a really thick block head. I just don't see him getting knocked out here. Even though Prates has tremendous finishing ability when it comes to the hands and the knees and the feet. Head, shoulders, knees, toes, whatever you want to call it. Carlos Prates, he's got that death touch in all areas. You know what I mean? So I just don't see him knocking out Geoff Neal. Geoff Neal's damn tough. And he can throw back too, right? This is going to be a striker's delight. If anything, Geoff Neal's going to be holding Prates against the fence to, subdue the striking threats. So, yeah, Prates money line to take us home. Anyway, that's bet number 3, the 3-pick parlay of the week. Fight to start round 2 in the Barboza versus Klose and Cannonier versus MVP fight. And then lastly, to bring us home, Carlos Prates money line, -115. We are putting 1.75 units on it. Let's go. Moving on to bet number 4. We got Loopy Godinez, -145. We are putting 1.5 units on it. 1.5 to win 1. Man, I think she dominates Jessica Andrade. I do. Like on the feet or on the mat. I think she's better in all facets, in all areas there. Now, Andrade does have finishing ability, right? I mean, she comes in with these sloppy blitzes, with these crazy hooks and overhands. Like her striking really isn't very the most technical, right? But to her credit, when they land clean, and they will knock you down. They'll hurt. Like she's gotten some crazy knockouts in the past, and she was former champion for a reason, right? But I just see Loopy Godinez dominating her in this fight. I think she beats her up on the feet. I think Andrade is really hittable. Like yes, her striking's okay, but she's really hittable. Defense is really isn't there. Striking defense really isn't there. And Loopy Godinez got some good striking, good boxing too. So I really think she pieces her up on the feet. Now, I also think she takes her down and bodies her on the mat. I think that her ground and pound's real nice. I think she looks to get a finish on the mat. I just see Loopy Godinez, maybe not in a mount position, but a dominant position on the ground, just throwing strikes at Andrade, and the ref comes in and has to stop the fight. So to me, I think that she's going to look to get the finish, or it's going to be a 30-27. Andrade does have the finishing ability, but she has just been declining the imagery that she's been showing in these fights. I just think that she's declining at this point in her career. I mean, she's getting a paycheck and getting a bag. I'll give it to her there, right? But I think the tough Mexican comes through. People are saying this is going to be a close fight. I really don't think so. I think Loopy Godinez is going to dominate Andrade for at least 2 rounds, right? Maybe not the 3rd round. Maybe Andrade has some moments. But Loopy Godinez, -145. We are putting 1.5 units on it. I like the finish. I think KO or sub is plus 550 for Loopy Godinez, so something to look at for you guys too if you're looking at props. But we're just taking the straight up money line at -145. So that is bet number 4 of this week. Let's go. Moving on to bet number 5. We're going with Dricus du Plessis, +185. We are putting 1 unit on it. Yeah, I got it at a little bit of a lower number. It's like plus 200 right now. Okay. I told myself, and I tweeted this too. I said, DDP gets to plus 250. I'm probably going to put another half unit on the money line here because I got faith in my boy. Okay, another one of the guys that I continue to back and always comes through for me. Okay, now Khamzat's scary, and he has some of the best grappling and wrestling we've seen in the UFC history. Okay, I'm going to give it to him there, and I think that Khamzat takes DDP down at some point, right? Maybe even wins round 1 or round 2, but I don't think he's just going to snatch up a submission real quick like everybody's saying, right? I think people are sleeping on the champion here in Dricus du Plessis. He is going to take Khamzat to deep waters, okay? Survive the 1st and 2nd round like Usman did, and then take over in the 3rd, 4th, and 5th. If he's going to get taken down, yeah, he may lose a round or 2, but he may even be able to get back up or at least just survive, right? Like round 3, 4, or 5, you better watch out for Dricus because he is liable to get a finish too. Honestly, I have a little sprinkle on DDP round 5. It was at plus 3,300. So why wouldn't I? You know what I mean? Khamzat getting finished in the 5th round would be a crazy moment and a big cash for me. But the official bet's just DDP money line at plus 185. Now, is it possible that Khamzat is who he is and just submits everyone and runs through everyone? Yeah. I mean, that could happen with DDP. But, man, DDP has this weird style. That just works. Like, his striking's not the most technical. It's super unorthodox. He has really good grappling and wrestling, and people are sleeping on that. Good takedown defense, good sprawls. Now, we've never seen either of these guys on their back, right? So it's really hard to judge like how that's really going to work. But look, I'm back in the former champ, not the former champ. I'm back in the current champ, and still, give me DDP plus 185, 1 unit. That's bet number 5 for the week. Let's go. Moving on to bet number 6. We had a 3-pick parlay for bet number 6 that was super juicy. It was at plus 331, but the Ferreira versus Green fight got called off this week, so this has turned into a little 2-picker. So we have Barboza and Page plus 161. We are putting half a unit on it. 2 guys that I didn't want to really necessarily put a straight money line on because the line wasn't, necessarily the best, but I still wanted to back. So we're going to put them together in a parlay and get them at a good number here, plus 161. Now, Barboza, more experienced, fighting better guys, better striker. I think he can withstand any sort of takedowns, wrestling, and grappling threats from Klose. And I think he's better than Klose all around. Maybe Klose holds him up on the fence. I think Barboza can flip it. The big octagon is going to help Barboza. He's definitely the better striker. Can fend off the takedowns. So I think he comes out with the decision win. Next, MVP. Now, I've said it before. I'll say it again. I'm not really a fan of this guy or his style or anything really. But, it's working. He's getting wins in the UFC. I see Cannonier getting frustrated with MVP. Right? I see him not going to... I don't think he's going to be able to close distance at all with MVP with his movement and, crazy kind of style. I see a lot of whiffs and misses from Cannonier. Him getting real mad and upset in the octagon, visibly upset. But I got MVP with the volume and the dancing to get the decision win. So put both those guys together. Barboza, MVP, Michael Venom Page, plus 161. We are putting half a unit on it. All right, those are all the official bets for UFC 319. 6 bangers for free that I just gave you guys. And I got more free stuff coming for you, okay? The parlay section, everybody's favorite section. A few things before we get it started. Again, these are just fun parlays. I put like 0.1, 0.2 units on them. We don't track how good or bad we do on them. Again, we do them for fun. Secondly, I love all the legs individually. If you see a leg that you like individually, put it in as a single. Because a lot of times, a lot of these parlays, they miss by like 1 leg. So a lot of the legs are hitting. So then lastly, mix and match. Do what you choose. This is... your money, not mine. Okay, these are just my parlays that I'm putting in. So maybe you want to tail me, maybe you want to fade me. Again, do what you choose. So let's get the parlay section started. First, this is my alt 3-pick parlay of the week. So if you don't like bet number 3, again, that's the 3-pick parlay of the week where we find 3 good legs, put them all together to get a good number. I got an alternate to it, okay? So the over 1.5 in the Andrade versus Godinez fight. Asakura money line, MVP money line, plus 135. I think that shit's slapping, man. I got faith in MVP, even though I don't really like him. Asakura, I think he gets a KO over Tim Elliot, and then over 1.5 should hit easy for the women's fight. Next, this is my hedge parlay. So I'm not necessarily rooting for this to win, but this is the most likely outcome for it in the co-main and the main event. So, Pico decision. Khamzat sub, plus 512. I'll just leave it at that. I'm not really rooting for the hedge parlay. Again, it's called the hedge parlay for a reason. Moving on. This is my decision parlay. We have Bryan battle, decision. Edson Barboza, decision. And then Chase Hooper by submission or decision, plus 1,517. I think this is the path to victory for all of these guys. I'm throwing the submission in the Hooper leg because he's been hunting subs like crazy. He really wants one. He loves to get them when he gets it to the mat. So now with the battle and the Barboza fights, I think those fights are going all 3 rounds. So battle, Barboza, decision, Hooper, submission/decision, plus 1,517, 15-1. That is the decision parlay. Moving on. 3 straight KOs, okay? We're going KO, KO, KO. 3 straight KOs on the fight card. Plus 1,580, almost 16-1. We got Michal Oleksiejczuk, KO. Diego Ferreira, KO. Kai Asakura, KO. Plus 1,580. And I am just reading this off and realizing that the Diego Ferreira KO leg is going to be voided. So the odds on this are going to change. And I'm going to adjust this parlay. So, while we're on that matter, all my updates, check out on my Twitter or on the Patreon. Okay, Patreon's free, links in the description. That's where you can see all my bets and my parlays before the video comes out. Okay, I placed them earlier in the week because you got to get the odds when they're good. They always sway in the opposite way. Okay, we are ahead on the odds most times. So, yeah, I'm definitely going to update this particular parlay because the Diego Ferrer KO is going to be voided. So, yeah, 3 straight KOs. Might end up just being 2 straight KOs. And I'll give you the updated odds at a later point. Next, this is my barking dogs parlay. Okay, 3 straight dogs, 3 straight money lines. Barboza, the female one, Dione Barboza. Lerone Murphy and DDP, all money lines, plus 2,056, 20 to 1. Okay, not asking for anything crazy. Okay, you can win however you want to win the fight. Just win it for me. Okay. These 3 dogs are live to hit. I picked them all in the predictions and picks video. I think they get the job done. I'm gonna put my money where my mouth is, just a tad, right? And a little parlay here, 20 to 1. So Barboza, Murphy, DDP, plus 2,056. The barking dogs parlay. Next, this is the last parlay, guys. Okay, 3 straight decisions. MVP decision, Prates decision, Murphy decision, plus 2,826, 28 to 1. I think all 3 of these guys get it done on the scorecards. I really like that Prates decision leg. People are sleeping on that. Everyone's on the KO. But Geoff Neal's tough. He withstands tough competition. I think he does the same here, but Prates gets it done and gets his hand raised. And then MVP, that's just how he gets fights done, decision. Same thing with Murphy. He's a decisionator. So 3 straight decisions. MVP decision, Prates decision, Murphy decision. Plus 2,826. 28 to 1. And that's it, guys. Those are all the official bets for UFC 319. Those are all the official parlays for UFC 319. If I have any more for you, again, check out the Twitter, check out the Patreon. Links are in the description. Let's have a good week this week for UFC 319. Okay, we're coming off a sweep last week for UFC Vegas 109. It would be great to sweep the card, or not the card. It would be great to sweep the bets twice. That would be amazing. So, yeah, let's have a good week this week. Young Pasty, out. Let's go. Just kidding. For all of you that stuck around, my real fans, okay? This is the secret parlay of the week for UFC 319, okay? If you stuck around this far, that's why you're getting the little bit of the secret. Now we're 0-2 on the secret parlay since we started. So I'm coming with some heat this week, okay? And this shit's hitting. We're getting back on track with the secret parlay, okay? So 3 legs. Fight does not go distance in the Michal Oleksiejczuk and the Meerschaert fight. And then the over 1.5 rounds in both these fights. Elliot versus Asakura and Murphy versus Pico. Plus 114. Yeah, I know the odds are a little bit smaller. I've been giving you some crazy odds with the secret parlay. But we need to get back on track, okay? So the secret parlay is going to hit this week at plus 114. And let's have a good week this week for UFC 319. Young Pasty, out for real this time. Let's go.